Word on the street is Samsung might have finally listened to me. There's some new rumors and I guess maybe leaked information coming out talking about the upcoming S27 series. So let's put our hats of reasonability on for a second and understand that's a ways away. So we don't know how material this is at the time. But it is interesting that there seems to be some talk about it because, yeah, it looks like hopefully we'll get a new Ultra Series phone, but maybe minus the S Pen called the Pro. And I've been an advocate for this for a very long time in any way that it shows up. So, one, from what we know so far, is that Samsung is supposedly adding a fourth phone to the lineup. So, S27, S27 Plus, Ultra, and then presumably this S27 Pro. We thought we were going to get an S26 Pro, which would have replaced maybe the smaller S26, but that didn't happen. That kind of got scrapped. It's like Samsung was trying to make some changes, and then the S25 Edge did so poorly, it kind of messed things up in their lineup because we thought that they were going to replace the S26 Plus with the Edge, which I think would have been cool. We could have had some novel phones like S26 Pro, S26 Edge, S26 Ultra. I think that would have been a pretty good lineup, but I guess Samsung got cold feet and chickened out at the last minute and decided not to do that. Well, what we're seeing and hearing is that they're going to add a fourth model, and part of the reasoning behind that is to compete with Apple, because Apple launches four flagship phones or four phones at their event. Like this last year, we got the iPhone 17, the iPhone Air, the 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max. And if you live and you're familiar with that Apple world, you know that they have the Pro and the Pro Max, and they're essentially the same phone. One is just smaller. Pixel has done the same thing for the last couple of years. We have the Pixel 10 Pro, we have the Pixel 10 Pro XL. So if we could get, because there's two things I've been asking for from Samsung for a very long time that would make me and I think other people happy. One, they took over the regular Galaxy S Ultra and turned it into the Note. Like, not everybody wants this. Like, for all the people who asked for the S25 Edge, who asked for them to take away our regular Galaxy S series phone and turn it into the Note? Nobody. People wanted the Note, people wanted the regular one. So it's been a point of contention and frustration for me because I like just having the old Ultra phone with those stylus. I basically never use this thing. Pretty much the only time I ever pull this out is for illustrations and videos. I almost never use it. Now, I used it quite a bit on my foldable, back with my Z Fold 6, Z Fold 5, 4, 3, like, I use it all the time. But with the regular Galaxy S series, the Note or whatever, I pretty much never use it. It's just kind of a small landscape for me. I write like a caveman with crayons. It's just not pretty. It's not useful to me. So supposedly, the new Pro Series phone will not have the S Pen. Now, I don't know much about anything else right now. I mean, it's all just discussion and conversation at this point, but I'm curious to see whether it will show up larger or smaller. Because if it shows up kind of like the old Ultra, I'll be happy with that because I would get that instead of the Note effectively. And if it's smaller, then I would also like that as well because I like smaller form factor phones without compromises. So if they were to make an S27 Pro and it came out very similarly sized to the Pixel 10 Pro or the iPhone 17 Pro, I think that would be a big one too because that's really missing in the Android landscape, especially when you take a look at what Samsung brings to the table and then comparing it to Google and comparing it to Apple. And that would make sense to me, especially as aggressively as Samsung chases having similar lineups to appeal to audiences. Take a case in fact, we've got the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold Wide coming out in just a couple of months. That is in response to the iPhone Fold that has been in the works for a very long time. So they want to have something on the same level. Just like last year, the S25 Edge, bam, in response to the iPhone Air. So we've got them very, very obviously emulating Apple in that regard, but then you see Google doing a Apple and making a normal size Pro Series phone. So I think it makes more sense as a Pro Series phone, but at the same time, I also think that it makes sense to have a phone like the Ultra that's not the Ultra. Because when it comes to the Ultra, yes, it is the Ultra. It is the everything. It is the all the chips in the basket. It's when you take a look at it, it's the most built out phone that they make. But I do miss the old regular Samsung Galaxy S series flagship phone. And they've done a really, I don't know what kind of job, whether it's good or bad, but they have definitely differentiated the phone. So like if you take a look at the S26, S26 Plus, they're missing a lot of stuff that whenever it comes to this phone, right? They don't have as nice a camera, they don't have as big of a screen, they don't have the S Pen, they don't, there's just like different things that you're like, okay, yeah, definitely I want to get the Ultra over the regular phones. And it does seem like they've kind of knocked the price down on them too. I was looking on the Samsung website, I think just 2 days ago, and you can get the S26 for $799. You can get the S26 Plus for $999. And I think they even maybe dropped $100 off the Ultra. But anyway, you can check that out if you want. I've got a link in the description. But when it comes to the phones, I think this would be big for the lineup. I think it would be helpful. I think it would give customers more choice. And I think it would give Samsung an opportunity to create another phone that doesn't force people to buy the Ultra. Not saying that anyone's like, oh, being forced to buy the Ultra. The Ultra is a very good phone. I like the Ultra. It's a very, very, very good phone. But I don't like phones this big. Like, there's a reason why the iPhone I carry in my pocket, because I always carry two phones. I have an iPhone and I have an Android, because I like to keep up to date with the latest and greatest and all the different phones, whether it's Apple or Android. I don't carry the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I carry the iPhone Air. I like how small it is. And if I were to carry the iPhone 17 Pro Max, I would probably have the S25 Edge in my pocket. I like having those lighter, smaller phones. And I like my Sony Xperia 1 Mark 7. I like the dimensions on it. I like those phones that have about 6.5-inch screen, thinner, slimmer profiles. They're easier to carry around, more manageable to use, and they're not as big and bulky. Now, this is a great phone. It's everything in a bag of chips, for lack of illustrations from 20 years ago sayings. Euphemism, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, it's a good phone, but I want to see a Pro added to the lineup. And I've been asking for this for a long time. I've been saying this for a long time. I was pissed whenever they took over the regular S series, because I liked that there was a Note and I liked that there was a regular phone, but I was kind of sad whenever they killed off the Note, because it was like the end of an era. The Note, to me, was the most iconic, notable phone that Samsung made for the longest time. I remember when it came out and it pushed the envelope and it changed the landscape of what it meant to have a smartphone in your pocket. They defined the term phablet, you know? So it's one of those things where I hated to see it go, but then I hated it even more when it really didn't go. It just took over my phone that I liked and then turned it into the Note. So yes, I think they're headed in the right direction. I think this will be good for the lineup. I think this will be good for Samsung customers, and I can't wait to see what we get. Now, this is a long ways away. I mean, this phone just came out like a month and a half ago, right? Barely a month ago. I mean, I think a lot of people didn't even get them till like, what, early March. So, yeah, this is a long way away. It's just something I saw, and it was a topic of discussion because I'm excited about it. I hope this happens. We'll see what happens later on. We'll find out more probably in like 7 or 8 months, once we finally start seeing leaks and renders and all sorts of other stuff, and it starts getting more exciting as we get towards the end of the year, after the iPhone comes out, after the Pixel comes out. But I think on paper, this is a great idea. I fully support it. And Samsung, please do it. So let me know your thoughts and feelings. Let me know if you'd love to see a Pro model phone, whether it's a bigger phone or a smaller phone that just doesn't have an S Pen, whatever. I want to know what you think. And of course, if you have any comments, questions, all that stuff, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.